Hello everyone, welcome to my review and feedback video on Ravenbound. Firstly, I just want to say I love this game. I love the open world aspect, I like the creatures, I love the art design, I love the animations, especially the different sprint animations for each race. That detail is awesome. I love the card perks and the outfits and armors you can acquire. It looks amazing. I love the combat, it's challenging and smooth. It's a fun game that I want to keep playing and beat, but there are some issues with it that I need to discuss. I want to talk about the randomness of the game. Everything but the world is randomly generated, so that means the vessel you play as, perks you get from that vessel, chest loot, mana chests, some enemies spawns are always the same, but others aren't. It is hard to get a viable build that can take out all the bosses. I put 31 hours into the game and still haven't beat it at all. The hatred you consume from corrupted chests adds health and attack damage to bosses, I believe. So if you're having an unlucky time with perk cards, you may as well start over. I believe that this can be fixed by making chests not corrupted. Also, it incentivizes people to explore your world, trying to get better loot and get past the bosses to the betrayer. It also makes it more accessible for players. This doesn't mean mana chests are uncorrupted, that's how you can slow the player progression. I think being able to make custom characters by selecting their race traits and weapon type would be a better way of doing it instead of the randomness. Being able to name them would be great too, as it adds a little more personalization to the characters you play as, and it adds a little bit of attachment to the vessel too. If you want to change the character you built, you'll have to pay for it by using the scrolls you've accumulated over time and the enemies you killed. You may have to change a few of the initial race perks to balance it, but to me this sounds better. This game is open world plus a roguelite, so it needs a little bit more elements of both. With the open world aspects, it needs more interactions. Every time you fly past a village, a marker would appear with a quest. There will also be shops you can sell relics or food or potions at, as well as buy them. So you can come across a village and you pop down and see a fisherman selling his wares whilst fishing. You interact with him and he has fish to offer. Different types of fish apply different status effects. For no mana, of course, you've got to have the coins to get this. As for quests, I think there could be more variety, such as finding a missing person, collecting ingredient cards, so fish, flowers or materials, or delivering supplies to other villages, reading lore stones, then sharing them with the local historian. Little things like that would make the world more interesting. Maybe having a little interactions with villagers, so they can give you secret locations of treasure, or even lore. Having different rewards for quests would be also great. Instead of gold, it can be a hatred-free drawer of cards. It could be healing items depending on the NPC you talk to. There's so much you can do with this. The game would benefit from a compass that'll make navigating easier. The always online aspect of Ravenbound isn't an issue for me, but a lot of people were put off by the always online aspect of this game, which I believe is leading to mass downvoting of the game. It is a single player game after all, so maybe it's something to think about. I think the Raven Tower needs to have a gameplay element. Maybe you can return to it to store cards there for the next vessel if you're getting unlucky in battle, or that the build doesn't work, just so the next vessel can be better off. Handing down system. Also, I think having perks and traits that need to be leveled up, further giving scrolls a use. There are plenty of empty homesteads around, perhaps a sleep system where you can restore a portion of health at night, and only at night, or you can plant ingredients to use in potions, or even make a fishery or a farm. If you store the deed to the farm in the Raven Tower, you can get the farm over and over instead of having to purchase it again. Maybe a card crafting system, one per vessel, so a vessel can smith armour, smith weapons, make potions, or counterfeit coins, etc. All these perks can be leveled up from vessel to vessel. Maybe even a relic crafting system. You can bring cards and combine them to get powerful cards. So if you have 2 relic cards that inflict crit chance by 25%, you can combine them cards to create a card that inflicts 50% critical chance. That'll be the maximum for that relic. With these kind of systems in place, you can also have relic cards that influence the gameplay, such as having a card that reaps more rewards when farming or collecting resources and ingredients. A relic card that influences villagers to give you more coins as a reward. You have a fantastic foundation to build off, and I look forward to more updates / DLCs. Overall, I would give this game a 7 out of 10, but if the systems I discussed were implemented in some way, it would be easily a 9 out of 10. All you need to do is just fix the foundation first, so get all the bugs squashed. Then I feel like implementing these more complex systems would make the game more interactive and way more in-depth. So there's more to it, more immersion, more interactivity within the game. And I think that would really work well. Instead of just having one quest trigger, have multiple quests trigger. So say 3 per village, and you work them all out, then you move on. Stuff like that, just to engross the person a little bit longer. Right, that's my review. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, also, that's my feedback too. So I'll be sharing this on the Discord. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.